Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm pretending with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just sucking my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water, three with the smiles, all the ops gonna pout. They all in the sewers, the south in the clouds. I'ma stay count to the sound, to the sound, to the sound. On the floor to the steps, build, that one, to the steps,
got no paper, told him quit the pocket watching jeans, ripping at the seams, holding on some dead foes. Schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, me go praying every day. Glad to say I was broke, tell him battle. Now I got my bands up, 1000 on.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Return starts at the 9. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Harris on 2nd down. He's contained at the line for no gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's taken in by Samuel. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Putting a receiver in motion. Herbert throwing on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He'll get this to Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Running left is Harris. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon. who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Second down here, another give to Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
A third down run with Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Trying to run in. Harris. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. 9 yards on that play. And they're just a yard out now on second and goal. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. It's second and goal. Harris. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Running back sent in motion. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts now from the gun. Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. A handoff for Harris, running right. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Cooper to Jean with the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Into the hands of Samuel, complete. Stiff arm success. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Herbert now off the play fake. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Defense still reeling from that last play. Now they're defending 1st and goal from the 3. Harris. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's over the line and in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Najee Harris, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
How about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock... Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Chargers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out it.
And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Play action now for Herbert. Headed out right. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. Second and goal.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's to do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Escapes a defender. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he immediately takes it to the red zone before going out. Give him 25 play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
On first down, they'll run. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles chunk the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Darius Davis to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Bails out of the pocket quick. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles are going to take over after the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 17. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off Cam Hart. And he makes the Hurts goal. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Fielded at the 7. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Back to throw, Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be second down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Hurts trying again on second down. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
They left him wide open. It's complete. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Finds McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. That one hits for 30. And the Chargers will have a first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10 now. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're going play action. He rolls to his right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator. 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. That's cut. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First down throwing for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Taking a deep shot here. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
He'll throw it. He's trying to go deep again. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. And it falls incomplete. And a surprise. Call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
At the 25-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. He's got it deep downfield. He works this to the 38 before going down. They get 37 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 31. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he takes this down to the 10 before hitting the sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Quick slant complete. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He tries to sneak it, and he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, because it really gives you an extra hat, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
He fields it from the 8. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running behind center with Harris. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Harris once more. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
That's taken in by Samuel. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On the play fake, it's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now a give left side. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Throwing on first is Herbert. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away, it saves a potential completion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Running left is Harris. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now. Buying some time right. Complete out to the right. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, LA. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers make it a 24-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. He's loaded another one up. And they pick him off again. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Chargers take over on his 5th interception of the season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now here's 3rd and 5. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Still on his feet. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
They're going for it. It's Herbert. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles pull a little closer. It's a 17-point game now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. Headed out right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Lad McConkey. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down. No luck finding his receiver that time, and that brings up 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation, and this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. On the play fake, it's Hurts. And they pick him off again! And the Chargers getting back on his 6th interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing this back. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. The rookie from Georgia has it.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's the end of the third. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He beams one deep. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, so the offense does its job, Rob. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. Going right side, Harris with it. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert from the gun. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers take a 3-possession lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So that brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
He's going deep. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He rolls to his right. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Najee takes this one. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
It is Cup, left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Herbert on 1st down. Gets this one to Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Najee Harris, the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 24-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. Running back sent in motion left. 1st down throwing for Hurts. He lets one fly deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. And the Chargers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for...
And oh, he got it! Interception! Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Eagles take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, steal reeling in that interception.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hurts to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. Keeping it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down to the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move. Taking off with it again.
All right, we'll call that one a drop. He escapes, quarterback does. He avoids taking the sack, but he's also denied a gain of any kind.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Throwing the out route complete. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
First down from the red zone. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So we have a pause here inside 2 minutes. All reviews come from the booth, and they want to take one more look. They took a look just to be safe. You always appreciate that, but the call on the field stands. Now Herbert again. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers put up even more points in a win. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chargers as we say so long from Philadelphia.
What is the deal? Move the ball!
No, do something!
Way to blow it! What are we doing? You're better than this. Me and the homies can trade your outfits. The clock! The game's not over! Why you give it up?
Really? This cannot be happening! What are we doing?